can assure you nobody's taking that title for this year.
But I hope he will retire after he loses.
There won't be another Kofi. I'm impressed with everybody but him.
It's because they're scared that they may be wrong.
Fully capable of surpassing all of them.
I'm going to give her a run for her money.
I'm coming to win. I'm not coming for fun.
Fair and unfortunate.
He's going to come with losses. It's not the end of the world.
Need for a black curtain backdrop, and I get it.
Bodybuilding is my control within chaos.
My conditioning kills.
Look, you got a really exclusive interview because I ain't been saying none of this shit, yo. I've been holding my tongue on the internet.
But I did want to see how I could stock up and hold my own. And I did feel like I hold my own. But, you know, just to try to make that permanent move today is like, it's not what we want to do right now. It's just focus on just getting bigger as time goes by. And I learned a lot.
Yes, guys. Okay, we're going to go straight into the updates so far in the last 24 hours. And look, you saw my thumbnail. Keone sounds like it's a straight up no to the Open. So it doesn't look like we're going to see Keone Pearson, three-time 212 champion, move to the Open in 2026. Now, we just saw the clip there a moment ago. Keone got his first update since the Prague show. He talked about the fact that he knows the areas that he needs to improve. He needs to add the extra size. He needs to add extra dimensions, focus on his quads as well. But the key thing anyway, at the end of the video, he does state that it doesn't look like he's ready to make the move to the Open division, despite him saying that he wants to get a bit bigger. And we all remember as well at the Olympia, he was what, 211.9 when he weighed in on the day at the Olympia for the 212 division, where of course he became a three-time champion. So it does look like that Keone, for the moment in 2026, despite coming fourth in Prague, he will not be doing the Open in 2026, unless something magically changes. But it does look like we can expect to see him in the 212 division. Something else that I do need to bring up, and you guys may have already seen on the channel, on the BTS TV channel, which of course you guys know, we always break the news quicker than anybody else. We give you guys the news that you want to see, and also bring an entertainment factor. And there's nothing more entertaining than the little back and forth between Presti and Drago. So you can see here as well. I'm going to put the first clip here. You can see on the right. Drago. So we know Andrea Presti won the Poland show. He's got his qualification back to the Olympia, and we have to talk about the story that Drago posted. And this was very close after the show. It's just finished, so you can imagine there was some emotion attached to the story that he put out. Let's read this out. Our sport can be super funny sometimes. Yes, the guy who has never trained legs in his life just won a pro show. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, and a fourth laughing emoji. So clearly that is Drago having a dig at Andrea Presti. Now I remember when I put this out, Drago did reach out to me. And he did tell me his side of the story, because obviously he was getting a lot of flack from the comments, and we will go into Andrea's response. But before we do, Drago did mention about that. There was a lot of issues on the day, especially around the organization. So this is not a shot at the opponent's show. This is just basically coming from what Drago's told me. And he told me the fact that they were running late. It was about an hour and a half late until they were due to step on stage. So they stepped on stage at a certain time, hour and a half later, they eventually did. He mentioned there was no communication. He mentioned the fact that for his physique, if he carbs up too early and they get on stage a little bit later, that will affect his physique, and it does lose that trademark, maybe condition that he brings to the show, the fullness. And that was basically where he felt that's where his physique dropped. Now, of course, what he's talking about here is the leg department, the lower half department of Andrea. And look, Andrea is the first one to say, he's also already said that the areas that he wants to improve is the lower half. So he's self-aware enough to know that isn't his strength. His strength is ridiculous condition he comes in. But of course, he is looking to focus on bringing up the lower half. Now, what was very interesting is the response from Andrea. Now, it wasn't a response on my post. It was actually a response on another outlet who took the content that I put out there. And let me read you the response. You can see here. Wow, it must be frustrating not getting in the top 15. and see the other guys competing while you eat a good pizza. Heart emoji. So obviously that's Presti responding to Drago's comment about the fact that the winner of the division doesn't train legs, which is it's a bit more chas. That's a strong statement to make, to never train legs. But clearly Presti's having his little shot there, and it does look like, tongue in cheek. I'm sure there is good camaraderie between the two, but yeah, it's Andre definitely wanted to have the last word, and that was a very cold response. And I did see a response from Drago. I'm going to read you his response to that. No hate here, only love. But as a fairly crowned champ, let's do it again in Romania. We can't because it's too late. And big man Spain. I'm in. Congrats, champ, for the Poland though. God, I can't read. So that's Drago challenging Andrea for a rematch. So we'll see if that does come into fruition. And look, to be fair, that's not going to happen, is it? Because Andrea's already stated that he wants to go and focus on Olympia and make those improvements to make him as competitive as possible come 2026. How about this? Fuad believes Joan, how do you even pronounce his name? He believes that he is going to be a Mr. Olympia in 5 years. In the next 5 years. I'm going to play the clip. This is the clip that he said it.
This kid's going to win an Olympia one day, I'm telling you. This is my quote for the next 5 years. This kid's going to win an Olympia in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Some statement from Fuad. I know what, I'm all for it, because I do believe he is definitely one of the rookies of the year. I mean, you would probably say Helsinki is technically the rookie of the year in the Open division, but Guan being very close. I mean, he didn't really go and compete in a show before the Olympia. Of course, he was over in China, but we all remember how that ended. So Guan becoming a Mr. Olympia in the next 5 years, I see that. Now we have to look at the fact that who are the guys that may need to drop off for that to happen. I don't foresee we see Samson and Hardy and maybe even Andrew Jack towards the end of the next 5 years. I mean, they will all be in the, Samson and Andrew would definitely be in the mid-40s. What about Hardy? I mean, we've already seen that age maybe is catching up with him. He's definitely not the guy he was all those few years ago when he was Mr. Olympia. So maybe if we look at the fact that this guy who has so much ahead of him at only 28, where could he be in 5 years' time? He could definitely be not only a contender, but a winner for the Mr. Olympia title. And that's really exciting because, you know what, if you look at 5 years' time, we imagine, imagine, it will happen. Keone will be in the Open. Helsinki, another few years in his belt. Jay Cutler believes he can be a Mr. Olympia champion. Then, of course, yes, we already mentioned about Guan there as well. So there are other talents as well. Antonio Burton, Jordan Hutchinson will continue to develop. Anybody else in the classic division and maybe might move up to Open. So yes, I also do agree with Fuad that Guan can definitely be a Mr. Olympia in 5 years. Now, what else we gotta go through as well? Derek. Is Derek Lunsford doing the Arnold? Now, we saw a post I put out of Derek Gundy, who said on Olympia TV that he was told that Derek Lunsford is doing the Arnold. Now, I was there at the seminar after the Olympia. This was a champion seminar, and Derek Lunsford did say that he wants to focus his time on the family because of the amount of shows, the amount of time he spent prepping, competing in 2025. Now, also, I'm going to play you this clip from Chris Aceto, and he gives his opinion of whether we will see Derek Lunsford at the Arnold in 2026.
Has Derek decided if he's going to do the Arnold?
He has not mentioned anything to me. I saw somewhere on Instagram it said that he's doing the show, but he didn't tell me that.
So as you can see, Chris Aceto, he's not heard anything, and you'd imagine that Chris will be one of the first people to know if Derek Lunsford is doing the Arnold. So it sounds very much on Chris Aceto's point of view that Derek is not doing the Arnolds. Now, nothing has been announced by Derek. I mean, 750 grand up for grabs, another 250 in the UK. $1 million. I mean, really, it all comes down to what is the what is the big focus for Derek in 2026 to go from doing the treble, doing the triple crown? How do you pick yourself up going into 2026? Do you just need that break and maybe focus on the Olympia? Look, we already know Mark Fitzwater and Andrew Jack is doing the Arnolds. So we are very early stages to find out who else could be doing that. I have heard some rumors that Nick could potentially be doing it. Now, obviously, there's been a few podcasts saying that, yeah, Nick Walker should be doing it. I know Bob Stripillo has said that he shouldn't. He just focus on Olympia, maybe do a qualifier, the last or 1-2 qualifiers before the Olympia, so he peaks perfectly going into Vegas. I've heard some rumors that he will be doing the Arnolds, but that's obviously remain to be seen. Now, let's talk about Romania, because of course Romania is this weekend. I will be at the show. I'm very excited to be there, so thank you very much for Pro League for granting me a media pass. Look forward to meeting Alina and the whole Wings of Strength team while I'm out there. Now look, we gotta look at the Open there. Andrew Jack and of course Guan. I mean, look, Andrew's winning that in T. There's no way that Andrew is losing. From going off what Cristito has said on a podcast with RX Muscle, that we can expect to see a spectacular Andrew Jack at the Romania show. Look, class physique. I mean, that's also a foregone conclusion into it, and that's going to be Josema. I can't see anybody coming close to number 4 in the world. Now, where it does get interesting is men's physique and bikini. Now, men's physique, Andre, number 7 in the world. God, it was a few years since we saw him back at Olympia, but we did in 2025. It wasn't that long ago, where people thought that he was the next one to take over from Jerry Burundi, and maybe that will take place in 2026, where we could potentially see him push up the rankings and challenge the likes of Aaron, Brandon, Ryan, and of course Ali. I said Ryan, and of course Ali. It should be Ali and then Ryan, because he's the champion. But Andre's got some battle. He's got Emil Walker. Emil Walker, who's the reigning champion for Romania. He's already got a win in Prague the other week. Yes, he got another win over a stateside at the Hurricane, where it was the master title to qualify for Olympia Masters. But this is where it's interesting. I'm interested in this battle. I mean, look, Andre's homeboy is Romania. I think it's going to take something special to really beat him and take the Romania win, take the Olympic qualification. Of course, we've got a few other guys as well. Omar, who came 3rd. I forgot the guy's name who came 2nd in Prague. Oh, God, it's just literally left my head completely. But also, of course, Moro from Spain, who didn't get the rub of the green at Prague, coming 13th for the world at the Olympia, and then making last call out. That did not make any sense. So I'm hoping he does bounce back, and that is just, lightning should strike twice. So very excited to see how that, but then again, I do think Andre is going to walk away with that win. Bikini, now this could be the most competitive lineup of the day in Romania, because not only do we have Kerry Sexton, who is the current Romania champion, the current number 1, but we also have Victoria from Hungary, number 15 in the world, number 2 in Europe, already secured a win at Fit Parade, so she's already got a win under her belt, and don't forget, this is her first year in competing. Who else do we have? Gulsa from Turkey. Now, we all remember Gulsa because, of course, in Portugal earlier this year, she beat the number 1 European bikini pro in Havana. So, Gulsa, Olympian, definitely a challenger for the title. We got Sara Pozzetti, we got Rania, and of course we do also have Patricia as well. I mean, that should be the big 6. That should be your first call out. I can't really see anybody else breaking into that top 6. But where the battle for first place looks like, it does look like it's going to be between Kerry Sexton, Victoria, and Gulsa. I would probably say Victoria is the favourite because, of course, she's got the highest ranking in the world. But then again, so did the other girl at Romania, and Kerry went on to beat her at last year's Romania, and that's where she secured Olympic qualification. Don't forget, this is a tier 1 show, so this is automatic Olympia qualification. So I'm interested to see how this goes. I do feel, like I said, Victoria is probably the favourite, and then you got Kerry and Gulsa as the joint second favourites. But between those 3, it can go either way, but that really is the big 3. We also, if you've seen the lineups already, we see Denise is in the figure division. We've got the Moldova girl and Giselle from Brazil in wellness. So Romania, look guys, definitely go for a live stream. It is a tier 1 show. It is recognized as one of the biggest, if not the biggest show in Europe. It's going to be spectacular. I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to the venue. I've seen pictures, I've seen videos. I'm so excited to be part of it. I will be there on Friday, and you can guarantee I'm going to be getting some amazing, incredible content for you guys. The interviews at the pro athletes meeting, the on Saturday when the guys and girls are getting tanned. I'm going to try and catch up with them afterwards. We're going to get a lot of interviews. So of course Sunday is show day, so we'll be getting loads of stuff backstage, on stage, everywhere. So you will not miss a thing, but I definitely do recommend do buy the live stream because it'll be one you do not want to miss. That's a wrap for today, guys. We'll see you guys at the next update.